Most relationships do not end in betrayal, they fade in silence. Not because the love wasn't real, but because the depth wasn't present. Today, I want to talk about 5 deep essentials that would turn your love into an unbreakable bond. Miss even one, and you might already be losing it without knowing. Very quickly, I am Emmanuel Smart, and thank you for stopping by. On here, I make relationship videos for women that will help them in their respective relationships. If that sounds like something you're interested in, then kindly consider being a part of this community. Let's begin. The first deep essential that I want to talk about is radical honesty and transparency. Love without trust is like a house built with termites. It might look fine, it might look beautiful until it collapses. So when I say radical honesty and transparency, I am not talking about being brutal. I'm talking about your ability to be brave enough to be heard and be seen. For example, your partner ignores a suggestion that you make. Instead of saying you are fine, knowing fully well that you are not, what you want to do is meet your partner and let them know that, listen, I feel very hurt whenever I make a suggestion and you just ignore it. Here's another example. You guys are out in a public gathering and you notice that your partner is giving attention to another person and it bothers you. Instead of just saying that you are fine or thinking to yourself that your partner should know that his action or their action is affecting you, here's what you do. Meet your partner and let them know that whenever you give too much attention to this person, it bothers me, it hurts my feelings. When we talk about radical honesty and transparency, I don't want you to view it as a sign of weakness. Rather, I want you to see it as a way of building trust brick by brick. If you're in love and you cannot tell the truth, if you cannot be radically honest with your partner, you're not in love, but rather you are in performance. The second deep essential that I wish to share with you guys is emotional safety and vulnerability. Let me just say this. Love can't breathe where there is judgment. So look at emotional safety as the soil and vulnerability as the seed. Without it, intimacy is nothing more than a costume. Let me give you an example. If your partner chooses to share a fear with you, something that they're ashamed of, something that they hold dear to their heart and wouldn't want another person to hear it. Now, if you choose to laugh it off, if you choose to provide a solution, you're doing the wrong thing. What you want to do is to lean in, look at your partner and say, tell me more. By doing this, you're bringing down walls. You're taking whatever brick that is in front of the both of you. You're opening room for this person to be vulnerable. You are essentially telling them, you can trust me. I'm here. I'm going to listen to you. I will not judge you. The deepest relationship are built in moments where you could run, but instead you choose to stay. Another deep essential that I want to talk about is share vision and align value. Again, I want you guys to look at it this way. Attraction starts the journey, but it is alignment that chooses the map. So if the both of you do not have a shared vision, you don't have an aligned value, what is happening is that you both are just rowing in different directions and wondering why you are tired. For example, if you choose a man that values family, you choose a man that values spending quality time and values financial security, and the both of you share that value, what is going to happen is you can work towards it, thereby achieving the same dream. I understand that people think that love is everything, but that is not the case. When you meet a person and you fall in love with them. It is beautiful, it is great. But what happens when that spark starts to die or it fades away? What happens if you realize that you and this person, you have nothing in common, not value, absolute nothing? All you have is just the initial attraction that you started with, and even that is starting to fade away. Let me be honest with you guys and say this: love with attraction alone is just chemistry, but love with direction becomes legacy. Before I go any further, I want you to examine your own relationships and see how many of these essentials you have in your own relationship, and let me know in the comment section. Moving on, the fourth deep essential that I want to talk about also is resilient conflict and repair. Guys, you see, the strength of most relationship is not about the number of times you avoid conflict. No, rather is about the effort you put into repairing a conflict or your relationship. By now, it is no surprise that conflict is unavoidable when you are in a relationship. When you and your partner are at odds, you're involved in a conflict basically, and you can't find a compromise, you can find a solution. Everybody's just angry and hot. What I would suggest you do is to take a moment to calm down, give each other space, calm down, and then revisit the issues. But this time around, when you're coming, don't play the blame games. Don't try to blame. Don't try to give excuses and still blame your partner. Rather, you want to focus on the solution, which then becomes the repair. So if you feel disrespected by your partner, instead of saying, well, you always disrespect me, you can say, the story that I tell myself is that you always disrespect me, but now I see that is not the case. You could also tell your partner that, how did we get to this point? Our love is bigger than whatever disagreement that we have. Let's find a way to fix this. Let's find a way to make this work. When you start thinking, in that direction, what you're doing is you are building this resilience to repair whatever conflict you have with your partner. The last thing I want to say on this matter is conflicts are inevitable, but disconnection is optional. And the final deep essential that I wish to talk about in this video is continuous growth and deepening closeness. So first of all, I want us to look at love as living things. They either grow or decay. So when I talk about growth, it's about evolving together, not apart. To grow means to try new things, to try new experience, to take a class together. It's about sitting down and figuring what is broken in your relationship and how you can repair it immediately. It's also about having regular checkups, talking about the state of your relationship. It is very important. I want to say this because most people seems to misunderstand this point. Love is not just a feeling you fall into. Love is like a garden you choose to tend. So if you can master these 5 deep essentials, then you have the opportunity to create something very powerful with your partner that most people never get to experience in their life. You have the opportunity to create an experience that people can emulate, an experience that is so powerful that it might even touch the life of other people so they can start believing in what love truly is. I'm gonna stop here, but before I do, tell me which one of these that you need to start working on in your relationship right now. Which one do you think you are lacking, or which ones do you think you're lacking? Let me know in the comments section. That way we can start a conversation that can possibly save someone's relationship. Until then, guys, thank you for your time. I will see you in the next video.